Welcome, welcome. Thanks for watching or clicking on the video. I definitely deserve Donkey today. I just did my first recording of this. Look down at my controller. I see the orange light of no mic. And I'm like, wow. I just talked for like 9 minutes, 10 minutes. Just for it to not even be fucking recorded. But welcome to my channel, man. I'm TryMe1228. I play shooters, roguelikes, rogues, lights, and likes as well. Any type of game that I find interesting, really. And this is a game that I found interesting today, and I found it, I put kind of by accident, really. I was looking for Deceive Inc., and I've seen it was on sale for like $8. I was like, I got it on my Steam Deck, but I'm like, I'll get it on this because I want to play with my people. And I seen this, and I'm like, wow, off the grid. I looked at the trailer real quick. The trailer was photorealistic, and there's like First Descendant kind of, graphics and stuff. I'm like, okay, okay. And PvE, PvP extraction shooter, battle royale, and I'm like, you know what? I'll give it a shot because sometimes it's those odd out games that you click on and you just go, okay, this is actually good. I'm good at it. I'm having a good time playing it. Everything, right? So this is the first impressions really of this this game. Um, my takeaways were the rarities, right? The rarities of the items in this game, the movement and the combat and how it's kind of disjointed for my liking, and I guess the lack of content that they described. I didn't find any PvE enemies at all. There's only one mode. It is early access and beta, but still, it's like, what are you talking about? Um, and I think that was about it. There was some good to it. There's some bad. So I guess I'll just jump into the bad right away and just like get it out the way. When I speak about the rarities in this game, it's like your item you have. It's a common, uncommon, rare, purple, epic, whatever. And I'm not fond of that system as much because it keeps me looking, like you say, looking down. I'm not looking up, I'm looking down. And I don't know what I want yet because there's so much to pick from. And that to me, as a player coming in, a casual player, whatever case may be, makes me feel very confused. So it tends to distract me from actually knowing how to play the game and what to do. What to do is pretty straightforward. You know, don't get caught in the red zone, the ring, kill enemies, da da da. However, I find the movement in the combat system to be like out of place because you can't really stay still and shoot people. I mean, you can, but it's not up to you. It's not of your benefit to do so because you might get shot from the side, teammate, whatever. So it's like, okay, how do you really engage in combat fully and like get out of stuff? And that might just be like, hey, growing pain, or skill curve or skill ceiling or whatever. However, I see it as like, if you ever played Spellbreak, right? Spellbreak's a game that came out for PS4 generation, I think a couple years ago. It was gonna be like a pre-order and then that's beta or game, and then it went to like beta and then went to free to play. It was just like I pretty much spent 60-50 bucks on it, and like it ended up going free to play. I got something out of it, but it was like I didn't even know when I did it. Long story short, that game had the same thing. It had two gauntlets you could have. I mean, you go into the game with one. I think you can change or upgrade it over time, and then you can find the left or right gauntlet throughout the your playthrough. And you had rooms, I think, and possibly something else. Probably not else. Probably not nothing else. But there was so much rarities, like 6 rarities of each item, and I was like, what the heck? Like I just couldn't keep up with that because I'm like, I just want to like run fast, or I just want to fly higher. Why do I have to look for this one? And I'm spending time looking for loot instead of actually engaging. So I feel like it kind of like bloated or buffed the game out a bit. Where why not? But then how it would been plenty of time I'm getting shot looting when I should just be like taking cover or looking for my next plan or my exit strategy or something. I can't even think because I'm deciding what loot to grab. So that's distracting to me as a player as a player that plays like that. and is often annoyed at things like that that slow me down while I'm trying to like get something done or go someplace, or have to like reassess my inventory, and it takes a long time to do that. I lost my train of thought for a second. I guess it feels more so like, hmm, I don't know. Like I said, I had 10 minutes or 10 minutes to fucking what I was saying, and then I just like wasn't recording. But ultimately, I like the concept of the game. I like the area really you're in, the future, cybernetic implants, stuff like that. That's not bad. I just don't know if how I play can work with how the game plays. You know what I'm trying to say? Because I can see people already finding their meta kit, jumping around, being a speed demon, hopping around. I'm like, man, you got enough of that in other games. I don't need to fight acrobats. I don't want to fight acrobats. I don't want to fight a whole bunch of Dick Grayson families, acrobats and shit. I don't want to do that. I want to actually just have a gunfight, and I gotta heal up or I gotta do this. So this feels like a good knockoff Warzone. Even though I think Warzone's free, right? But so it's just whatever it's trying to do, I support it. I I like it to a certain degree, but I don't know if I can see myself playing this for months on end. I just don't feel it. I just don't know how to explain. I just don't feel it. You can respawn and stuff like that. Like it's Warzone. It's Warzone. It's just like a knockoff. I don't know if it's an Asian developer or not. It's just Asian Warzone. Asian Warzone. It's just Warzone. And third person Warzone. Let's put it like that. It's third person Warzone. And yeah, I don't know what else comes out of this. It's free to play. I mean, I don't spend any money on it, and that's something I don't really want to do a lot of as I'm getting older. Spend so much money on games that I can't, get nothing out of, or I don't like, and I can't get a refund or whatever. So it's just more so I'm happy to play something like this, and but one also complaint is the scoped weapons. I think up on the D-pad is shoulder swap as much as it is ADS, but I mean, I was trying to switch in and out of it sometimes, and it just wasn't working out for me. Um, I don't know. I hope it has legs because Spellbreak was a game again. Like I said, it was interesting. You're a magician. You got a toxic glove. You got a flame glove. It was cool. Kind of remind me of like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood with the glove, I guess the fire, the flame alchemist. But at the same time, just I'm probably going off on a tangent here, but like it just reminded me of that a little bit. But that game actually has ended up being discontinued or taking offline. I think a year or two later, being free to play. And I wasn't happy about it, but I was kind of like, look, because I see with this game the player base drying up. That's what makes me worried. It's like it's gonna dry up because how are you gonna retain players if playing it's hard and navigating it's hard and movements sometimes it's janky and hard. It's gonna be just rough to play. And I don't think that's like the game's climate of this day and age. It's just, I mean, I guess probably it is. It's like get it working out the box. It's something to play, but how long will it last is the question. That's a question I always have. Um, it's free to play. Play for yourself. Tell me in the comments what you think. If you're even gonna get downloaded based on the gameplay I have. I mean, was I busting ass in this gameplay? Not really. I was just like happy to find a gun with a scope and then trying to like go on and off the scope because maybe I don't need the scope for certain guns or how I play to get the shot I can get, but I tried to trust in the scope and it just didn't work out for me. But yeah, it's an interesting concept, interesting art style, direction, theme, setting, all that jazz. It's just kind of like, well, how do you? I just think simple is better. Like I look at Apex and I'm like, they had a winning formula out the gate. Like I mean, they tweaked a lot of things as time went on, but they had a winning formula out the gate. You can revive your teammates. Certain characters have certain abilities. Everyone has access to the same guns. No one has a special gun or this and that. The ammo types is pretty simple. Light, heavy, shotgun. I think that was about it. Didn't even have sniper at that time. Just light, heavy, shotgun. Melees do 30% damage. You know what I'm trying to say? So like things, it just came together. You know, and I feel like I want to play a game that it has a formula that just works. And this is like doing something different with the cybernetics, but it eerily reminds me of Spellbreak and the right gauntlet, left gauntlet, and the room for your movement. It's kind of the same thing. I wouldn't be surprised if the same developers made that game, made this game, or shared it. I don't know, but it's giving me Spellbreak, and I don't think it's gonna be for me. I'll try playing it again. Um, it's not hard to play. It's not hard to like to do things. It's not difficult. It's just a matter of like I guess landing your shots and then not getting killed and then getting out of a situation. I think that's the thing that gets to me is that if you have no ability to escape in a game like this, people might start camping and then they'll start sniping, which would be fun to see. But then people get tired of getting sniped at and try rushing people and trying using long range bombardments and stuff like that, and then you end up having, you know, this it will get stale like rather quickly. And it's free to play, so hey, no money lost on our side, but I'm happy to see a new game, but at the same time, I'm not really witnessing anything magical to say this works for me, and this works, and this is a great feeling. It's something new. You know, very shortly you'll see me get hit with I think a flame sticky bomb. My thing with games is if you have a balancing act of my character can negate your character's stuff, but then also makes me vulnerable from this character. But if if you have this rock, paper, scissors situation, that's great. I don't see a lot of games doing it. It's very like free for all, get clapped, and to me that just kind of runs the game. So yeah, I got killed. I think I tried to call off my teammates or something, and I just realized like they're not gonna come out there and help me or revive me or whatever it is, and I was just like, ah, that's it. You know. Like I said, I love the concept. I love the theme, the setting, the story, even the cinematics. I have a problem with that. It's just more so like I would like a game like this to be heavier, where you can take cover, you can like Uncharted style, something like that. I guess it's like me kind of picking at wanting the game to be like something that's not trying to be like its identity. But I'm not really, I'm just saying, like, I can see a game like this in this engine being very floaty or very whiskey, and it's not very, like, like, fight for fight, gunfight. It's just more of, like, get loot, hop out, thrust off, run away, and then lay on top of somebody. It'll work for some people, I know it will, but will it work for me? Time will tell. So, on that note, I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching. If you watched it this far, consider subscribing. I'd appreciate it. Oh, if I deserve this subscription, let's see if I deserve it. Like the video, dislike the video, leave a comment. If you're gonna play it, you're gonna get it, think about getting it, you're online, you wanna play with me, let's get a group going. It's hard to actually. That's another thing I want to mention. The social aspect is kind of weird. Like, I tried inviting somebody who I played with, and I couldn't for the life of me invite them. But it said something about having a companion app, and you can download the app, and like I don't know if it's crossplay. That's why they're doing it. But either way, I'm like, well, that's kind of invasive in my opinion. Maybe other games have it, but I'm like, I have to download an app on my phone for me to play with other people. That's a little bit too much for me. So on that note, I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching.